Doing a little rock pile fishing this morning. It seem to be really key. Anywhere the rocks, deep rocks meet the outside weed line, seem to be really key spots for fish to feed on. Just fishing a preacher style jig, big hair jig. Really good way to target the bigger fish out in these schools. We got a big long point that comes out here, and there's a bit of hard bottom out on the end of it. Some nice clean rocks outside of the grass. And just taking this big hair jig, firing it out there. You know, just kind of slow roll it, almost fish it kind of like a fast Carolina rig, keeping it down in that bottom couple feet of the water column and just dragging it around. It's just a lot different look than, you know, most of the stuff we throw. It's a lot of bucktail and chicken feathers and some synthetic fiber that keeps it really buoyant for how heavy it is. This is all power fishing. It's got a great big hook in it, heavy line. I'm throwing 20-pound suffix fluorocarbon, an 8-foot heavy action rod, making real long casts. And a lot of times they bite way out there, so I like the long rod. That's for when I set the hook, I'm moving a lot more line. And I also throw it on an 8-to-1 gear ratio. Same deal. I want to pick up, when one bites it, I want to get on him as fast as I can. And make sure I get a really good hook set, just because, you know, like I said, a lot of these bites come way out at the end of a cast. It's a big heavy bait. I can throw it quite a long ways, and when they bite way out there, it's nice to have that long rod to move a lot of line when you set the hook, and a fast reel to pick up that slack when you do get a bite. Just a big fish bait, really targets those, you know, those bigger fish in the school rather than, you know, a lot of them number baits. You're gonna have to go through all of them. But like I said, anytime I pull up on a deep place like this is the first bait I'm picking up. These are kind of my main two colors. Like I said, if the water's got some color in it, a lot of our lakes up here, they'll get a big algae bloom, you'll get that kind of greenish tint to them. That's when I really like the white. Shows up really good, big profile. And then when I get in that clear water, I like to go with the bluegill, a little more natural, a little more watermelony, a little bit of orange, chartreuse, kind of accent colors in there. But I think the key to this jig is that amount of that synthetic fiber, and then the big chicken feathers at the end, kind of make a nice tail for the bait. And that synthetic really slows the fall down. It's a big one too. But another quality fish. Like I said, that's what I like most about this hair jigs. There's a bunch of fish down there. I promise you there's a bunch of 1- and 2-pounders down in the same school, but the bites I get on this are all quality. These are fish you're gonna weigh in a tournament. Super nice. He's feeding up good. Fall's coming. He's getting nice and fat. Taking advantage of the bluegills that are still out there. But here in a couple of weeks, all these fish are gonna move shallow, and this bite's kind of gonna die. But another really quality fish on the chicken. And like I said, that's what I like best about them. It targets the biggest fish down there. Like I said, there's plenty of 1- and 2-pounders down there, but when you throw a big hair jig like that, you really only get the quality fish out of the schools. But